The restaurant was alive with the soft hum of conversation, the clinking of glasses, and the subtle aroma of fine dining.
Oh,
Claire Anderson rolled her wheelchair through the entrance, her palms slightly sweaty, heart racing with nervous anticipation. At 29, she was a successful architect, her work admired and celebrated. Yet dating had always felt like navigating a minefield. 3 years ago, a car accident had left her paralyzed from the waist down, and the thought of meeting someone new brought a mix of excitement and dread. Her best friend Maya had insisted on setting up a blind date. "His name is James," Maya had said. "He's genuine. Just give it a chance." Claire had hesitated. Past experiences had ranged from awkward to outright painful. Men either fetishized her disability or treated her like she was fragile, broken. Still, Maya's persistence won her over. Spotting James at table 12, Claire immediately noticed his confidence, not the arrogant kind, but quiet, grounded, and kind. He rose politely as she approached, his navy suit impeccable and his smile warm. "Claire?" he asked. "That's me," she said, offering a tentative smile. James motioned toward her, then quickly corrected himself. "Do you need help with your chair?" Claire shook her head. "I've got it. Thank you for asking instead of assuming." There was something comforting in that small exchange, a mutual respect forming before they even sat down. Drinks arrived, and they began talking. James was a corporate lawyer, divorced for 2 years, with an 8-year-old daughter named Sophie. He asked thoughtful questions about Claire's architecture, listened intently, and shared stories from his life. Claire found herself laughing, relaxing, and even forgetting for a moment the nervous tension that had accompanied her all evening. But then, something unsettled her. A group of men at a nearby table, whispering and glancing in their direction. One of them, with slicked-back hair, seemed particularly entertained. Claire tried to focus on James, but the man's voice carried across the room. "I can believe she actually showed up. Mark's blind date prank actually worked." Claire's stomach dropped. Her mind froze as she turned to James, who looked confused. The man continued, louder now, clearly drunk. "This is going to be hilarious when he stands her up. She's probably used to it by now." The words cut sharper than she expected, the humiliation of the moment threatening to take over. Before Claire could react, James stood abruptly, the chair scraping against the floor. The restaurant seemed to pause as he walked directly to the other table. "Excuse me," he said, voice calm but firm. "Did you just say this was a prank? Did someone set up a blind date with a woman in a wheelchair to humiliate her?" The drunk man faltered, muttering something incoherent. James's gaze didn't waver. He thought mocking someone for circumstances beyond their control was funny. "That woman is with me. And if I hear one more word of disrespect, the manager will know exactly what kind of people are dining here tonight. For the record, she's one of the most accomplished people in this room, award-winning architect, med graduate, marathon wheelchair racer. Your friend lost the chance to meet someone extraordinary. His loss." Returning to Claire, James took her hand gently. She blinked, tears brimming not from shame, but from relief and shock. "I'm so sorry," James whispered. "I didn't know this was a setup. Maya told me she was arranging a date with an architect. I had no idea someone was playing a cruel joke." Claire's own mind reeled. "Wait, Maya set you up too?" James nodded. "She knew about the prank. She arranged a real date to intercept it. She made sure you wouldn't be alone when those men tried to humiliate you." Claire quickly texted Maya. "Did you know about the prank?" The reply came almost instantly. "Yes. Mark's friends are awful. I couldn't let them humiliate you, so I set you up with James instead. Real date, not a prank." Claire showed James the message, and they laughed, the absurdity of the situation melting into relief and shared amusement. "What a crazy night," Claire said, still smiling. "So, this is a real date?" James grinned. "Apparently, and I'm really glad it is." He leaned back in his chair, eyes sincere. "Can I tell you something? When I stood up, it wasn't to play the hero. I have a daughter, Sophie, and the thought of anyone treating her the way those men treated you made me furious. She deserves a world where people are valued for who they are, not mocked for circumstances they can't control."
ow.
Over the next 2 hours, Claire and James shared stories about their lives, their struggles, and their triumphs. Claire spoke of reclaiming her independence after the accident, and James shared what it was like balancing a demanding career while raising a child on his own. They laughed, debated, and discovered shared values about kindness, integrity, and building a better future. By the end of the night, James asked, "Can I see you again?" Claire smiled warmly. "I'd like that, but I need you to understand something. I'm in a wheelchair. That's not going away. I'm not someone to fix I'm whole as I am." James nodded thoughtfully. "And I need you to understand I have a daughter. She comes first, always. Any relationship must work for both of us. I won't introduce you to Sophie unless this is serious. Is that okay?" Claire nodded. "More than okay. It shows you're a good father." Months passed, and their relationship grew into something real, built on respect, trust, and laughter. When Claire finally met Sophie, the little girl's curiosity was refreshing. "How come you're in a wheelchair?" she asked directly. Claire smiled. "Oh, I was in a car accident. My legs don't work anymore, but everything else does. This helps me get around." Sophie's face lit up. "Cool. Can I decorate it with stickers?" Claire laughed, feeling a joy she hadn't experienced in years. 6 months after that first chaotic night, James proposed at the same restaurant, kneeling beside her wheelchair. "You were being mocked, and I saw someone extraordinary being treated as less than. I said you were with me before I even knew you, but I meant it. Will you marry me? Will you let Sophie and me be your family? You keep teaching us that worth is measured by character, not ability." Through tears, Claire said yes. "Promise me you'll always remember that night, that you stood up because it was right. You saw me, not just my wheelchair, that you chose possibility over limitation." "I promise," James whispered. How could I ever forget? At their wedding, with Sophie as the flower girl, Claire's vows echoed through the room. "Cruel people tried to humiliate me. My best friend protected me. And my husband defended me before he even knew me, because he saw injustice and chose to act. Thank you, James, for saying she's with me that night, and for continuing to choose me every day since. This story is a reminder that standing up for others matters, that kindness can change the course of someone's life, and that love often begins in the most unexpected ways." If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and comment about a time someone stood up for you when they didn't have to.